by the power of Hellskull. I have the power. Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toyscapades channel in Malaysia. Today I'm checking out one of the most anticipated new figures from MOTU Origins Wave 8, the Anti-ETERNIA He-Man, the most evil man in the universe. The Anti-ETERNIA He-Man may have only made his action figure incarnation in the classic series a few years ago, but he's wasted no time in becoming one of the franchise's most popular fan favorites. The figure is primarily a straight-up redeco of the Origins Series 1 He-Man figure, but with the vintage head attached. What truly sets it apart are the paint applications, which are really well done for a figure with such a basic color scheme like this, and one that's very bleak looking. Before I get into the review proper, I do want to do a joint check, especially on the head here. You've seen the recent few reviews that I've done with things like the Flying Fist He-Man and even the Sunman figure. The head joints were extremely loose, but the head joint on this one is good. I've never really had a problem with any of the joints on the arms, the hands, everything else, usually the thighs, the knees, everything else has been pretty good. This one is consistent. Okay, so the checks, check out. This guy is solid and good to go. The Anti-ETERNIA He-Man is primarily soaked in this jet black, like matte color, and it's great to see the red here really pop. Alright, the red is a fantastic contrast. The paint that they use here has a glossy-like finish to it, so it kind of shines. And you also get the same red finishing on the bracelets and also on the belt buckle. So this really makes the figure stand out. Now for his shorts and also for his boots, they went with a splash of maroon. This one has a sort of a more flat-like finishing to it. It looks good for what it is, but I kind of wish that it kind of stood out a little bit more. I was a bit surprised to see that it was actually the same color scheme that they went with for the figure's hair. If you recall, based on the images that we saw from PowerCon last year when they first debuted the Anti-ETERNIA He-Man, the color for the hair was something of a pretty shockingly bright pinkish tone, which I wasn't quite exactly so sure how I felt about, but it definitely was something very different. And now to see that they actually went with the same maroon tone as that of his boots, I kind of feel like the figure would have turned out even better looking if the hairdo was of a slightly different contrast from anything else on the body. I've got the boot here right next to his head. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Now, I really do like the work that they've done on his face. They've made very subtle changes to transform his features from something heroic to horrifying. Now check out his eyes. See how they appear empty and soulless, especially with no pupils in them. That's a sure sign of pure darkness and evil. Anti-ETERNIA He-Man gets all the same weapon accessories as the original He-Man. I would have liked something else that was a bit exclusive to this set, but we do get the axe in a nice black matte color that's the same as the rest of his main body. The shield is stunning, mainly because it has that bright glossy red paint on it. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It just looks so heavy metal. Lastly, you also get an all-new, all-black, full power sword. On the packaging card back, this thing is referred to as the evil power sword. Now, together with this, you have yet another sinister and colorful power sword to add to your collection, along with the orange one that came with Faker, and the dark blue and crackling with energy version that came with the Keldor figure. I do wish that the Anti-ETERNIA He-Man figure came with 2 grip hands this time around so that he could hold both weapons simultaneously. I mean, these are probably the small changes that they could have done to further add value to the set since everything else is a repaint. However, the end result is still something very solid. You have a villain figure that is quite possibly the most dangerous entity in all of He-Man's multiverse, and fans are going to be very happy with what Mattel has done with this figure. The cardback artwork offers one of the most apocalyptic, doom-heavy visuals that we've ever seen in the series. This looks like something that's on a trash or death metal record cover, like maybe something from Creator? Now seeing this visual makes me wonder if adding a red outline or red highlights like red crackling energy to the Anti-Eternia He-Man figure would have made it even more visually outstanding. It's something that I'm sure that we'll see a custom of at some point. Just like that giant evil castle Hellskull head that's in the background. I'm sure that that head there that looks almost vampiric. Now somebody is definitely going to do a custom of that one. What's really cool is that if you get the card back lined up against that of the Series 1 He-Man figure, you can see how they are perfect direct opposites. Good versus evil. And I sure would like to see this visual blown up and mounted in the wall of the man cave. The first major release of the Anti-Eternia He-Man action figure was in the Classics line, and that one has since become exorbitant to own. However, over the last few years, there have been these curious listings on eBay for loose versions of the same Classics designs. Now, these have been selling well, and as I understand, the listings all originate from China and are bootlegs, but appear to be very well done. Now, if you have bought one of these figures, do drop me a comment below and let me know what you thought of them. Now, Super 7's reaction line of figures have been doing a Masters of the Universe series for the last couple of years as part of their range of classic Kenner-inspired 5 points of articulation figures. Now, these figures all come with really amazing cardback artwork. The packages look great. However, the figures themselves look pretty bad, alright, in some of the translations, especially for He-Man. He looks particularly malnourished and like he's on a hunger strike. But it is notable that they've actually covered the Anti-Eternia He-Man as well, showing you just how popular the range of this character has been. Most recently, Mattel's line of fun Eternian Minis action figures have also covered the Anti-Eternia He-Man. Now, this is the He-Man that looks like he's modeling for a toothpaste ad. But the most notable thing you'll notice here is that this figure comes with an all-red power sword. Okay, check this thing out. Now, this red power sword was also seen in the He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse comic book series. Now, you see here in this visual that the Anti-Eternia He-Man is holding up 2 power swords, and one of them is glowing with an evil red energy. Okay guys, so that's the video. Let me know what you thought of the Anti-Eternia He-Man action figure from Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 8. Let me know what you thought of the video, and if you enjoyed the content on the channel, help me to grow the channel by sharing the videos out. Definitely subscribing if you haven't already. Your support means that I can continue to keep bringing you content like this. So take care guys, I'll catch you all again soon with more videos. Thank you. Prepare to meet your end, you winged witch. No, you foul demon. You won't be able to kill me. That is only a doorway to another world. Great. Allow me to show you to the door. No! Oh, no, no! So much for you heroes. I am the new master of the universe.